Live.
Nice.
Oh, hey. What up, everyone? Welcome to the pit.
Hey, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, good afternoon, and good night. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, turn your notifications on. We got episode 433. Episode 432.
One of these days.
Yeah, one of these days. It's all
relative.
So make sure you like and subscribe, turn those notifications on. Josh will give you the rundown on the. You got the rundown for the topics?
Yeah. The calendar, you mean?
I'm not the topics. I mean the the
calendar.
things that are coming out.
Yep,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
got
yeah.
you. Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, no problem. I can definitely hold it down for you when you do that. So, so while Josh is getting that thing uploaded on his computer, hey, nice porn you got going on there. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So,
No, he's telling the
hey,
truth.
Josh got to get himself pumped up like Bang. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, but you know, we got Simon in the house. Make sure you fill up the comments. And make sure you guys give a shout out to Simon, okay? I want to tell you, this is a serious note. We have our interns here. They do a really good job behind the scenes. They do a lot of the stuff that, you know, we don't have to worry about. And, you know, they help us make this ship run right. So shout out to you, Simon, and Brian upstairs and all our other interns up there. We appreciate you. So, you know, they're champs. They come in here. They do their work. They don't bitch about it, except for Casey, because he is an intern. He's just a fucking – it's a myth. He thinks he works here. He's a fucking intern. He's like Scooby-Doo. He's just everywhere. So, but without further ado, I think Josh is ready to go here. So he's gonna run you down what's coming out tonight and over the weekend, and then we're gonna get on with some topics.
Hell yeah.
Let's do it.
Alrighty, what's up, everyone? We have a couple things coming out today. We have Snack Time coming out tonight. We have the Patreon podcast, which will go live for all those who are on Patreon. It should be up by now. If not, it should be up soon. And then tomorrow we go to a Money in the Bank quiz for Mustache Bros Wrestling. And we have a TikTok game. 3-2-1, the word game part 2, for all those who really liked that. And on Sunday we have Guess the Wrestler by Their Gimmick part 2, for all you Mustache Bros Wrestling fans. And then we're back together on Monday again, bright and early at 7.
Sunday?
Yeah, no, at 7. On Sunday, you will not see me here, ever.
The Patreon is up, by the way.
Perfect. Patreon podcast is out. Go check that out. It's me and Rory. We killed it. We killed it.
Great content.
Absolutely killed it. If you like movies, too, even if you don't like me and Rory, go do it if you like movies. But who doesn't like me or Rory? Whew.
I guess my mic doesn't like it.
Yeah, it's one person. It's probably me, not Rory. No one doesn't like Rory. Look at all these mugs. Look at this. It looks like we're in front of a sea of mugs right now.
Yeah.
It's mad funny.
It looks like we're drowning.
That's true, for real.
So, all right. Well, Josh is going to run down the topics. Simon, Josh, and I will talk about them. And if you want to chime in, make sure you fill up those comments with Simon over there, and he'll let us know from time to time throughout the show what's going on. You know, give us your 2 cents on the topics, and yeah. So,
Sweet.
go from there.
Hell yeah. I'm all set. Some of you got the topics you said?
Yeah, you got the
Do,
topics.
yeah. Yeah, I figured it starts off with Arch Manning.
Arch
The
Manning?
Arch Manning news from yesterday.
Alrighty, let's do it. Nick, you got anything to say about Mr. Manning here, the newest crop of the Mannings?
So, whose kid is this? Is this Eli's kid?
It's Cooper's kid. That's what makes
Cooper's
it so
I was about to
interesting.
say it's neither
Yeah.
Eli nor Peyton.
Okay.
It's the most athletic Manning to come through.
That's what they're
this far.
saying.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he's young. He's
Yeah.
young.
I'm just saying, you
mad
got a
young.
far cry. Your uncle, one of your uncles was the #1 pick, and the other uncle was the 3rd pick in the draft.
Fo-
Were they both
Both
number
were-
one?
Were they both
number
one?
I
one.
think they both
They
went
both
one.
won?
I know Peyton went one.
Peyton went one for sure.
I would
Yeah.
assume Eli got traded.
Got traded from the Chargers.
Oh, Eli
to the
refused to go.
Yeah, he
one.
refused to be
Right.
drafted by the Chargers.
By the Chargers,
Yeah,
correct.
so I don't know if
I
that
don't
was
understand
one.
that one. Fucking San Diego? What the fuck would you want to live in San Diego?
I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Yeah, you know what? That's one of those things that's lost in history. People never really even talk about that. He was just like
Yeah.
one of the first athletes to be like, "No, I'm not going to San Diego
I don't
to
know
play."
if you've seen a refusal like that since. From like
well,
a player
now
of
we're
that
starting to see it all the
profile.
time, but like back then, that was unheard
Yeah.
of. That shit was crazy. I honestly, that would be way before my time. I was not paying attention to football at that age. If I was
Yeah,
even
no, me
born,
neither.
yeah, I was definitely born Eli Manning's draft.
Yeah, it
year.
was like 03, 04.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah. So my opinion on Arch Manning, he's accuracy wise, from what I've seen, ridiculous, and athleticism wise, ridiculous. But all I can gauge it on is Texas high school football. Like, that's not enough.
That's pretty damn good football though in Texas.
Yeah, no, it's unbelievable. And now he's gonna go. So he's going to Texas. Texas is back or whatever. It's been
Yeah.
a long time since Texas
Can't
football
imagine how
was
much money
relevant.
they're paying him to go to that school.
NIL
So
deal's
can they
probably,
like tell people
lucrative.
that now? Like, we're just paying him this much to
I
come
think they
here.
can.
Like,
I think you
Yeah.
have to wait until the kid officially walks through the door.
okay, that makes sense. I was about to say.
I think. Again, I ain't
Right,
I
because
ain't
it's
no
probably just a
expert
verbal
here.
commitment. It's just a verbal commitment at this
Because he
point.
technically hasn't signed the papers.
Right.
If he signs the papers, he can come out and say, "I'm getting fucking $10 million from them" if he wants.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, here's the thing, okay? He might be good, and I'm not taking anything away from Archie Manning.
Okay.
But boy, oh boy, they bring in the whole circus to town. That's why they're. That's just,
Oh,
that's
absolutely.
why they're
Manning's
making
a
this
Manning.
move.
Yeah, 100%.
They're making this move because of Peyton and Eli. Okay, let's.
Well, talent-wise, this kid's ridiculous. Like, he is the #1 recruit in that class. Was it
Yeah.
2023? I think so. Yeah, he's talent-wise through the roof. But like you said, he's going to always bring in the name notoriety because his last name is Manning, and it's probably the most famous football name of all time, Manning. It's crazy. I think the big story here is the fact that it's Texas too. Like, Texas has not been good at football.
They've
Oh,
needed
boy.
this for a long time.
I can't. So they thought they were good. They had Sam Ellinger, I think his name was,
Yeah.
and they thought they were good for a little bit.
They
but that
won a
was-
Sugar Bowl. And
They won
thought
the
were
Sugar
gonna-
Bowl. That's what
yeah,
it was. Yeah.
Get over the top, and it didn't happen.
I don't know much about Texas football, but I know one thing, and that they used to be a house, and
Right.
I haven't seen it in a long time. Can you speak more to this?
Haven't been since like Vince Young. And the other interesting component about this is that they'll be moving to the SEC, which is obviously easily the most dominant conference in college football for his sophomore year. So his first year will be they'll still be in the Big 12, and then they're moving over to the SEC with all the big boys.
They'll
So
be playing Alabama and LSU
Yeah.
and all those guys.
Wait, what'd you just say?
Texas is going to the SEC.
When?
They're moving. They're moving what?
2 years.
2025 or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, they won't even have Manning. Oh no, you have to play 2 years of college.
Yeah, no,
right?
it's
You gotta play
it's
at least
set up
3.
for
I think it's through your junior year or 21.
yeah. I'm pretty sure his sophomore year will be their first year in the SEC.
Wow.
So that's gonna be fireworks.
SEC baby, that's real football.
Yeah.
That's crazy football. What,
And they'll still get outclassed by the Alabamas and Georgias.
What's Texas right
but-
now? Big 12.
Yeah.
Well, isn't the
Which
Big
is a
12
trash
just gonna
conference.
disappear?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
what happens now? Like,
Yeah, because Oklahoma's going with them. So, I mean, the Big 12 has no
If those two,
substance
if those two
or
are
nothing.
gone, you got nothing.
yeah. Oh my God.
Conference is already trash.
What
even
does the
with
Big
them.
12 become at that point? Ew. Because the Big 10 is like Wisconsin, right? And Illinois,
Wisconsin, Ohio
Baylor,
State,
or is it-
Michigan.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Penn State. I mean, Penn State hasn't been relevant, but they're still a name.
They're
Yeah.
on the
Hey,
map.
They're
at
the
least.
most. I think they were when I was going to college or high school. They were the highest populated school, Penn State. I don't know if
That's
they
because
still
of
are.
Joe Paterno. And obviously all
Yeah.
that other shit happened, and fucking everything went to hell. So
Yeah, that shit was crazy. I was such a kid when that happened so long ago now.
that was
Yeah.
fucking nuts.
That was nuts.
One of the first times I started to like understand this sports story is unbelievable. Because of course, like when you're a kid, you're like you don't really grasp what the hell's just
Yeah.
happening with Joe Paterno and all these people, the Sandusky shit and all that.
You see the HBO movie they did on it?
No,
Very
Oh.
good. Pacino playing Paterno. Very
what's
good.
the name?
I think it's just called Paterno.
Really?
It's on HBO. Yeah, it's
No, I
very
haven't
good.
seen it. I should
Very
though.
good.
I 100% like I'll watch any movie. So that's
Yeah.
100%.
And I'll say this: I'm not going to obviously get into the deeps of the topic of the Sandusky thing, but obviously what happened was extremely, extremely wrong.
Of
But
course.
the thing is that yes, Paterno made some definitely wasn't all innocent there either. He might not have. Again, we're going to just go right past this. He might not have done the physical stuff that was
Yep.
going on there, but I'll tell you one thing: they said he died because he got sick. This is just my opinion. He died because he lost his football team. That guy literally would have died on that field.
Yeah.
He was like 85 years old, still coaching.
I don't know.
It was
He died
immediately
within
after.
he died within like 2 months afterwards.
Immediately.
And then
That
his
doesn't just
wife
happen.
died right
Yeah.
after, right? Yeah. I don't remember like anything about like Paterno
He died
before this.
instantly
I don't remember the
afterwards.
Paterno before that. I just remember hearing about this and being like, "Who's Joe Paterno?" I knew nothing about him before that.
Joe Paterno was, this is my
was
opinion.
college football. Yeah.
He was bigger than Nick Saban in college football.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I had
He was
no
bigger than
idea
Nick
who he
Saban.
was. Who was
Yeah.
his best like team or talent? I don't like. Well, I don't know anything about him.
Early years. He was the head coach there for several decades. Like
He was there for like 7
span.
years.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Let's see. Let's look this up. Hold on. the same
Yeah,
joke.
see what his first year was. Yeah, literally just like lost the will to live.
He was
and-
the
and
head
died.
coach. His first year was 1966. His last year, when he was forced out, 2011.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's an institution. That's crazy.
He died. So he got kicked out in November of 2011 with all the scandals. Dies January 22nd, 2000.
That was the other crazy thing. It all came out and surfaced in the smack in the middle of football season. Like,
I was just
So all
going
those
to high
kids-
school at that point. So yeah, I was barely watching NFL football, never mind college football at that point in my
Yeah.
life. That's
You ask any old school football guy that's like in his 50s, 60s, 70s right now, they all know who he is.
yeah.
Oh, I would imagine.
All know who he is.
That's crazy.
And it's unfortunate that it ended like that. I mean, I'm not saying that it wasn't deserved. I'm just saying that it's unfortunate.
Yeah,
that it happened.
100%. Were you guys big college football people, like growing up when you were younger, or no? It's like you start watching college football when you got older.
Yeah, I was like early 2010s. At first, I was more into college. Then I quickly became more into the NFL.
Okay.
I still follow it, but like I don't have a team or an affiliation with any college team, so it's not as.
I don't really
as connected.
start watching until like bowl season.
Yeah, that's
Like
fair.
I know that I'm going to spend my Sundays watching NFL. I'm
Yeah.
not going to spend my Saturdays watching college too. Like I don't want to sit on the couch the whole
The
weekend
whole
watching
weekend.
games.
Yeah.
As much as that sounds awesome, I want to be productive.
Can't
That
do
was
it,
my
yeah.
thing. Like, so I never watched football up until I got to high school. I watched the Super Bowl. I won't lie. I watched the Super Bowl and that was about it. Like, I didn't even watch AFC Championship games or anything. That
So you're
shit.
telling? Oh yes, you're not a Patriots.
No,
fan,
I
right?
don't like the Patriots.
Okay.
But
So if you were, let's just say hypothetically, you wouldn't have appreciated the dynasty.
oh, I appreciate the dynasty. If I was like,
I mean it more like a fan. Like, so you said you didn't really watch. So you didn't watch the Patriots dynasty then.
No, I watched every Super Bowl they were in. I didn't, but like, okay, you're right. I didn't appreciate them because I never watched a regular season game for the Patriots. Like, if a regular, up until I'll say, oh God, maybe the 8th grade, I never watched a regular season NFL game. I only watched playoffs, and then most of the time that was literally just Super Bowls. No one in my family watched sports. Keep in mind, my parents are both like super into their jobs, did art and music, and my sister's more art, music, creativity side. I was the only one who did sports, only one who did watching of sports, so I had to kind of like get myself into that.
Right.
But yeah, I did not watch college football until I started betting on sports.
There
So
you
that's
go.
like why I know nothing about college sports really.
That's
like we
kinda
play
why
the
it's
games and shit.
revived,
I really
the
don't know
betting.
much about it.
Yeah, it's huge for bettors.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Like
Yeah.
college sports is. It's. I don't know if it's more fun to gamble on than professional sports, but they try harder.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. Like like in a professional sport, they got their money in their pocket. They're getting paid regardless. A college kid's gonna give his everything he's got. He's gonna bust his
Right.
ass to stay on that team because man, those days are numbered. Like you get 4 years if you stay all 4.
Right.
Would you have a favorite college team?
Me, no. I mean, living near here, you like support Boston College, but they're so ass. Like,
Yeah.
it's not even.
They
It's
haven't
just
been
like.
relevant since like Doug Flutie.
Yeah, I was about to say
just
BC, I
Matt
don't know much
Ryan.
about.
Yeah.
I mean, they had Matt Ryan for a little while. They made a little noise. But
Yeah.
Shout out BU. Shout out Chris Lindstrom on the Falcons. He went to
Nichols,
Oh,
right?
did he go there?
he went to Shepherd Hill and then he went to BU. I'm pretty sure, and now he's on the Falcons and he's gonna get married to my friend Maddie. So eventually, whenever they get married, congrats. Sat next to him at prom. Really nice kid.
So you might get him
Shout out.
invited to the wedding.
Not at all. I mean, we went to high school together, but
All right, so not that close. Guys.
yeah, not that close. But just shout out. They're mad nice people, mad nice kid. What was I just gonna say? Oh, I had to pick a college team. I watched college basketball a little bit, and UConn gave me
Oh,
some of the
yeah.
best memories of my life.
Kemba.
Shabazz Napier, Kemba Walker, step back on Pitt. Those
Mm-hmm.
are like we got the day off from school when I was little because I lived in Connecticut when UConn won the whole
day
thing.
off for that. Oh,
Yeah.
when they won the whole thing.
Yeah, when we got the whole thing. Or
That's
what,
dope.
not the Pitt step back when
Yeah,
they won the
yeah.
whole thing.
Yeah, yeah. That was a crazy run. Absurd.
Alrighty. I'm just looking at some of these comments right now.
When I was younger, I used to I used to flirt around with like the U, Miami, and then, I kind of bounced around like anything serious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you never got a college.
It wasn't
team?
like I've been a Patriots fan, I'll die a Patriots.
Right.
It's not anything like that.
So like, college sports, when people are like diehards for college, I would always be like, oh, they must have gone there. And then I started like actually watching college sports and like talking to my friends about it and realized, oh, most of these people don't go to these schools.
Yeah.
They
No.
just find the school
just
and
jump
love
on a
them. Yeah,
team,
they
yeah.
just jump on a team. I have a friend, Kevin's a diehard Duke fan. I have a friend who's a diehard Wisconsin fan. Like, it's just like liking a Celtics team. I'm a
Yeah.
Boston guy, liking the Celtics team. All power to you. It's just, it's frustrating sometimes as a fan when you put a lot of faith in a 19-year-old. Like, he's 19 years old. He's not a professional athlete by any
Right.
means. Like, he's younger than me by 5 years. What do I expect from the kid?
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Now that college athletes are
Thanks,
multiple
Cole.
years older than us, like it's not the same as watching when you're a little kid. Like you looked up to them more. Now it's like I can't believe these kids are younger than me. I feel pathetic.
Yeah, the very first time that happened for me was when Jason Tatum started blowing up. I think for a lot of Boston
Yeah.
kids like our age, it was like that. Like,
He's
oh,
10
that guy's
months
my
younger than
age,
me.
and he's
Yeah.
leading our team to a championship. Or, I wish, right? Leading our team to
To
get
the
to the round
championship,
where
yeah.
you could win a championship. That's when I first realized, like, wow. Or Luca being like
Yeah.
younger than me or same age
Yeah.
as me, like could be an MVP of the league. It just blows my mind. Oh. All right.
Crazy.
Sure is.
Next thing.
Next topic.
What's up, Simon?
I was going to talk about the draft a little bit last night because the Pistons made some noise.
You guys
Um,
are gonna,
or
you
if
guys
you
are
could
gonna have
just-
to help me with this.
I was
'cause
about to
don't
say,
know fucking shit.
I can kind of lead this one if you want.
Yeah,
me
no,
to.
you could just give your general draft takeaways first, and then we can just go from there.
You
I
know
guess.
what? I'm gonna pull up so I don't f anything up. I'm gonna pull up the draft list without looking though. I know my winners of the draft were the Pistons, like you just said.
Pistons or
Jaden
Rockets,
Ivey
yeah.
to get to be able to trade for the rights to Jalen Duran from. I think they eventually got him from the Knicks, but it was like
Yeah.
a long went to a bunch of teams. Blah blah blah. Jaden Ivey is going to be. I don't think he's gonna be the best player in the draft, but he might be the most explosive player, and he might be the most followed player, like social media wise.
Right.
He
I
might be
think
the most
so, too.
marketable player. Excuse me. Jalen Duran is the most freak of nature player, like Giannis type player, we'll
Right.
call it. He is a center who is 19 years old
Yeah.
and has the
Insane
largest
wingspan.
wingspan in the NBA. That I'm including Boban Marjanovic, who is 7'6", 7'7".
Yeah, that's
like
wild.
the man is a freak athlete, 19 years old, can jump out of the gym. The only thing is he doesn't really have an offensive game yet. But when you're that young, you can mold players. It reminds me a little bit, not even that much, but like his game reminds me a little bit of like the Andre Drummond, like being able to get under the boards, rim run, block. He's young though. He's gonna give you 100% effort every night. But we'll see what the Pistons do. You're starting Cade Cunningham, Jaden Ivey at
Great
the 2
backcourt,
probably.
yeah.
You're gonna do Jaden Ivey probably at the 1, and then Cade
Yeah.
Cunningham at the 2. But those will go that way. Sadiq
Sadiq
Bey.
knockdown shooter.
You got Isaiah Stewart off the bench, Jalen Duran coming in to start, or you vice swap those, and then you don't even really need to play a 4.
They also got Kemba last night.
They got
Kemba, who
Kemba
will
to-
get bought out and he won't play a game for the Pistons. Well, I see Kemba getting bought out and going to a team like the Clippers or the Lakers, who need like a guard on their bench. I don't think Kemba at
Kemba's
this point of
knee
his
is-
career
his
wants
knee
to
is
go
shot.
to.
I feel like he's
Yeah,
got
I feel like
nothing
he wants
left.
to come in for 15 minutes of the game, shoot the ball, and then get out as quick as possible. Yeah, Colin said that they got Kemba, and like I 100%
Yeah,
agree.
they
Like,
did.
I mean, we can't dispute that they did get Kemba, but I think he's gonna get bought out, or he's just not gonna play a game in the Detroit uniform, which happens a lot nowadays. We'll see.
Also, the Pistons could add DeAndre Ayton. You're hearing reports of a sign and trade that they could be. So that could round out a nice
That'd be
little
weird,
starting
though.
5
Three
there.
centers now. Duran, Isaiah
Duran.
Stewart, and him.
Stewart can play the 4.
Yeah,
I feel like
but
you
he's
need someone to
pretty
bring
useless.
Durant along.
He's pretty useless, like outside the paint. You don't want to go stretching.
Oh, he's
people
not
out too
stretching the
far.
4. Yeah.
I mean, Sadiq Bey could play the 4, to be honest.
Yeah, he's
they
big.
lost Jerry and Grant, and he was like not awful. They have other guys
Athletic
too, who
wing.
like did not play much, like the Australian kid, who I can't remember his
They
name.
still got Kelly O, right? Kelly Olynyk.
Oh, Kelly
the bench.
Olynyk is definitely not staying on that team. He's
I didn't
gone.
realize that guy was still in the fucking league.
It's
Yeah.
pretty remarkable, isn't it?
But let me take a quick peek. Do you have any favorite teams from the draft last night? You think
Well,
any opinions?
definitely Pistons, obviously. Their GM literally said, we want 2 guys in the lottery, and it was Ivy and Duran. They both kind of fell to him. So good for the Pistons organization getting that done. Then, obviously, the Rockets getting Jabari Smith to fall to them. I think they're big
Yep.
winners as well. Jabari Smith brings a lot to the table on both ends, a lot of size and good shooting ability. So him and Jalen Green, that'll be fun to watch. League pass darling.
I was about to say
game.
League Pass City, but
Yeah.
like they aren't going over.
Oh,
30
no, they're not
wins.
doing
Like
anything.
they don't have it yet.
That's the thing about the draft. You can get excited about it, but like all these teams who made quote unquote notable picks are still going to be so irrelevant in the grand
yeah,
scheme.
the only one I
They
really
go up
think
and they see Giannis, and then it's like
exactly.
See you
100
later.
couldn't agree
Yeah.
more. Like,
Who are
you-
you again?
The only one that really changed, I think, was the Pistons. Like the Pistons changed
Yeah.
their whole culture. Like you have two new starters. One of them is generational, people are thinking, and the other is maybe the best athlete in the draft. And
Yeah.
now you have a new culture. You shipped out Grant. Jerry Grant's a great player, but like
Dwayne Casey's there, right? He's a good
Dwayne
coach.
Casey won Coach of the Year not even
Yeah.
10 years ago. They got a good core right now. The Pistons are on the up and up, whereas like a lot of teams can't say that. Like even like good teams can't say. Like the Suns, they're gonna start falling apart soon. Chris Paul is 36, 37.
Yeah.
Ayton wants out. Bridges is in trade packages. Jake Crowder's old. The only one who's going to stay is D-Book. You might have to rebuild all the way around against D-Book again, which could be annoying for that guy. He
Yeah.
might not want to go through another. He remembers what it was like to win like
The dark
20
days.
games a season. That's not a fun time.
They rebuild. He might ask out them too.
What
It's
is it?
Brooks might ask out.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't think Devin Booker is the type who would stay for another rebuild. I mean,
Yeah.
he strikes me as a guy who like will ride and die for Phoenix, but like you can only do so much for a city. Like what's their saying? Who's the guy who's talking about it right now? Bradley Beal. He's like, I don't want to go down and just be like, man, I just like wasted my career. Like I
Right.
never accomplished anything winning
You
wise.
gotta get the fuck out of Washington.
You got to get the fuck out of Washington. That's the thing is like you can say that, but when you keep re-signing and taking the money, it shows me something else. You're not
Yeah.
actually dedicated to winning. If it's
And he's
something
in
I
that
don't
position again.
get your bread, like you get your
Yeah.
bread 100%. But just don't say anything about winning. Then you know the organization you're with. The Wizards are horrible.
Yes. I want to see him on a contender very badly. It's just been
I would love to see him, and this is. I'm sure some people might think this is biased. I don't even give a shit. Boston Celtics.
Who? For who?
Bradley Bill. Get
Oh,
him on
yeah,
the
he's
Celtics.
best friends
Bradley
with-
Bill.
Best friends with Jason
Great
Tatum.
relationship with
Yeah.
Tatum.
I think he would thrive here.
But
It'd
you
be
got to
tough.
you got to gut the roster though financially. That's the thing.
We don't have the money 100%.
Yeah. No, you'd have to get rid of.
He'd be
So much value.
He'd be one of the players where he could come to our team and also sink us. Like he could just throw the shots off. Jalen
Yeah.
could sink down to like 10 points, 12 points. Not Jalen. I would say probably like 16 points a game. The ball might not move the way it was this season. Things could really fall
Yeah.
apart if we bring
Three
on a
wings,
big guy
three
like that.
wings as the headliners. That's tough.
People were saying like like yesterday, KD to Boston was trending. We bring on
Shit's not happening.
we bring
Just
in
because
Kevin.
Jalen Brown liked it.
We bring in Kevin Durant. You talk about Wing City. We are like we don't even have
You,
like.
you want to talk about not affording? You can't afford him. You can't afford Durant.
I honestly think Kevin Durant's more affordable than Bradley Beal is, because Kevin
I think
Durant
he
would
is,
sign
yeah.
a low contract for a low amount of years, and he would go for the idea of I'm at the end of my career trying to win. Bradley Beal still thinks he's a prime player in his prime of his career. Well, they both do, but I don't want to speak out of my ass and not look the money.
What was
But I
it, Bill
think
27.
I think KD's probably more affordable than Bradley Beal is straight up. If you looked at the numbers.
Oh, look at his. I think he just signed an extension. I don't know when, but
I'm
recently
gonna
enough.
look at the. I see people in here. I saw someone say something about D'Anthony Melton. I did see that D'Anthony Melton to the
Yeah, to the
Sixers.
Sixers,
That's
yeah.
huge for the Sixers because now you have more than 6 players who could score. Yeah, and the Sixers are a team that needs depth. They were so short.
Oh,
They
yeah.
had legitimately, I think, 6 guys, maybe 7 if you want to say Danny Green, who were reliable people. That is such a small
Yeah.
team. I know the Celtics did it with basically 8, but like.
right. The Heat
this-
had a full bench versus them, and the
Yeah,
Sixers
he
were
could
playing
go like
6
12,
guys.
11
Yeah,
deep
right.
compared to the Sixers who go 6 or 7 deep. D'Anthony Melton's really big for them. And a big thing for D'Anthony Melton is he can take the ball out of Tyrese Maxey's hands. Because Tyrese Maxey, there were times where the man had to bring it up like 9 times in a row.
Right.
They just didn't have another guard they could rely on. Like Shake Milton didn't turn out well for them.
Yeah, they need someone who can take the pressure
D'Anthony
off.
Melton was really good with the second unit for the Grizzlies. I like D'Anthony Melton a lot for that team.
Yeah, it's a solid underrated pickup. KD base salary over the next 4 years locked in 42 million, 46 million, 49 million, and 53 in the last year,
never mind.
25,
It ain't
26.
fucking, it ain't
Yeah.
fucking happening. Not fucking happening. He's stuck in Brooklyn. I think he's stuck.
Well, he's not
there.
stuck in Brooklyn, but it would take a team with like
See what happens with crazy Kyrie.
I don't know. There's not many teams with the kind of payroll to pay that right now that are good already. I think you'd have to get rid of like all your good players, a bunch of cap room, and then just be like, all right, we'll take KD on.
Yeah.
Going back to the draft, just my quick opinion. I don't think Paolo Banchero is the best player in this draft. I just think
He's
might.
got a lot of developing to
I
do,
would,
for
yeah.
sure.
Well, it's not even that he has a lot of development still to go into.
Skilled. He needs to round out his perimeter game for sure more, but
I just think he doesn't have the
Very
highest
skilled.
upside of all the people here. Like, what's Paolo Banchero's absolute highest he could go? Like, he has the best year of his career in the NBA. I don't think that's over, 20 points a game, maybe
Yeah.
8 or 9 boards, a few assists. He could be really good and maybe even the second or third best player on a good team, like a championship team.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's
But now
going
he's
to
in
move the
Orlando.
needle to be your best player. Yeah.
yeah.
And that's one of those things where, like, you still take him at number 1 because he gives you all these things immediately. Like, he's going to answer all your questions playmaking wise. He can score. He's a big body. You can play him at 3 different positions if you need to. He can guard a lot of people.
Yeah.
But do I think he's going to be a Hall of Famer per se? No, I don't think so.
No,
I don't know if
no.
anyone in this draft is screaming Hall of Famer.
No.
The biggest one in my face might be Jaden Ivey. Jaden Ivey's
Yeah.
like that. He's disgusting. And then crazy, like, sneaky one people haven't, like, super been talking about that I like a lot, and I talked about him earlier with Sully and Kev, is Dyson Daniels. I like Dyson Daniels a
G Leaguer.
ton. Yeah, G
Yeah.
League is, like, the place to go now.
They're putting
'cause
out
you're playing guys who are, like, there to make money, not there to go to college. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of the guys you play against in college, they're not going to make a career off basketball. G League, all these guys are there to make money. This is their career path.
Yeah.
I do like the competition level in the G League. Like the Ignite team, they're really good.
Yeah.
And like the overseas options. And so there's a lot of paths to the NBA now.
Yeah. That's interesting because now as a college athlete you can also make money. So that's going to be a bit of a bidding war between college basketball and the G League, but that's a nice avenue to get to the league.
For real.
For sure.
Mark Williams to the Hornets
Yeah.
is a really good pick. I think Mark Williams is.
They got 2 good bigs last night.
Did they? Who was the other one? Did they trade?
Oh no, I'm thinking of Durant who they traded.
Oh,
they
yeah,
picked
okay, I
him
was
to
about
trade
to say,
yeah.
No, Mark Williams is a great rim protector, probably the best in the
Yeah.
draft. And lengthwise, you can't get much better. The only thing is, like, you want a center who's going to give you 20 points. That will not be him. I was saying to Kev the other day, I don't think Mark
Oh,
Williams
no.
will ever have over 25 points in his career, probably, like, for a
No.
night.
He's no like post game or
Yeah,
none of that.
exactly.
Yeah,
but
no.
he's Robert Williams, same thing.
Right.
Like, I don't think Robert Williams will probably ever have more than 25, 30, but he could still be the second, third best player on your team, or maybe even the best player on your team on a given night,
Yeah.
and hold the paint down completely. That's no shot at him. I know
Yeah, that'll
there's
be
not much
interesting.
to contribute right now for you, Nick. You know,
I just, it's not that I don't want to. It's just, I don't know a damn thing about the NBA draft.
No worries, no worries.
It's become a lot more irrelevant over the years, unfortunately, just because it's so star driven. Like no one wants to hear about NBA rookies. We're all talking about Kyrie and Bradley Beal and DeJounte Murray. Like
Yeah.
it's just not, the
I
free
think the
agency
biggest
on the-
L in this draft was definitely the Knicks, though. I mean, they
routinely, yeah.
They got like.
Isn't that
They
always
had the
story with New
11th
York,
pick.
though?
You could have just taken AJ Griffin. I don't get why they didn't take AJ
Yeah.
Griffin or take
one
like
of the best pure shooters in the draft.
yeah, maybe the best pure shooter or
Yeah.
Abaji, who's gonna score immediately from Kansas.
Great size too. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, like there were so many guys that were still on the board at 11, and they decided to trade back and just go for like 4 future first round picks. Was basically
Yeah.
what it's all for. I think they went for. I don't even for 10 seconds they had Jalen Duran for 10 seconds. Keep Jalen Duran. Like I don't know. I don't know what the Knicks' game plan is at this point.
Outside of R.J. Barrett and Emmanuel Quickly, every single pick in the draft is just you just can't wrap your head
so
around
Mitchell
it.
Robinson.
Oh,
can-
he's panning out a
so
bit,
he's
yeah.
good, but he's continually gotten injured. And I just heard
Yeah.
today or like yesterday, his contract is up this year. Bro, you completely
that makes
wasted him.
sense. Yeah.
Completely wasted. He's gonna walk from the Knicks, and you never used him for more than like a 5-game stretch, basically, of being good. Completely wasted Mitchell Robinson's talent. It's
Yeah.
the Knicks shock me at how like improper and like poorly they do things. I know there's probably a plan though. Like in their brains, they're like, we got 4 future picks. We weren't gonna win the East this year, regardless of what we got. We'll make a run at a free agent, and then next year we'll have future picks to bring on, like blah blah blah. No, like you've
Yeah.
been doing that since 2012 with Carmelo Anthony. I just poor New York fans is all I gotta say. Like,
I
it's
know.
got to be so difficult to be a Knicks fan. So difficult to stay with.
I
that
want
team.
them to get a superstar so bad, so they can be somewhat interesting and on the map.
Ugh.
You
All right, I
can't-
got something for you. Change topics a little bit. Nick, you can give me
Yeah.
one on this. World Series prediction. Now that we're like we're not halfway through the season, but we're getting pretty close to halfway through the
Almost.
season, or we might actually be halfway through the season. I have to look. Who do you think?
Very early because a lot can still happen.
A lot
here.
could happen.
It's not a hard answer for me, unfortunately.
See, I think it's only going to be one of the New York teams, not both of them.
It's definitely not gonna be the Mets.
I think it's Dodgers Yankees right now. Of
course.
It seems way too
I
easy.
think it's I think that's that's the safe bet. Is
So,
the Yankees.
My
Yeah.
follow-up question was: is this the most like predictable year of baseball we've ever seen? Like, it's basically the Yankees and the Dodgers are steamrolling teams every night.
Yeah.
Dodgers had a bad streak out a little bit, but they've come back to what they are. They have
No-
two
They
pitchers
also-
with
Don't
8
worry
wins
about
right
that.
now.
Yeah.
They also have like they still have like a shit ton of guys on the injured list.
Historic
Yeah.
bullpen. Historic
I mean,
bullpen.
they don't even have Betts right now. Betts isn't even playing
Yeah.
right now. He's hurt.
They're gonna be fine. And
Yeah,
people
no
who-
sweat over.
People
Dodgers
who
not
think it's
winning
gonna be
right
other teams, I feel bad because they're kind of just like deluding themselves. The only team that's streaking recently that I'm like, oh, they could be good, and then out of nowhere, their second best player gets hurt is Ozzy Albies and the Braves, bro. Like Braves won like 11
were
or 12
scorching.
straight.
You're
and
not
then-
repeating. You're not.
Yeah,
repeating.
no, but like 11, 12 straight, you got to do something right. And fuck, man, you lose Ozzy Albies. He was what, their best player last year when Acuna
Yeah.
wasn't playing? Yeah, that's crazy.
Acuna was too busy fucking. Yeah, we know what. So. Fucking
People
idiots.
are pretty upset. Oh, actually, I should talk about the Yankees a little bit. So yeah,
Aaron Judge,
I don't
yeah.
know how much of this works, but Aaron Judge in arbitration. They went through arbitration today. It's over. Apparently, Aaron Judge can be like, what, offered a contract now or not offered a contract?
I
don't
haven't read on it. I'm sorry.
Neither of
I
us.
don't
No
know
one
the
here
details.
really understands how arbitration works because I'm not a huge baseball guy. I just know it's over for Aaron Judge. If someone wants to drop it in the comments and they know
He ain't
exactly what the
staying
fuck's
in
happening,
New
go
York.
for
He
it.
ain't staying in New York.
Bye bye.
So I had a take about this not too long ago. I think it was literally like the last show, and I did some research after. The Yankees are gonna make another offer. They're gonna try to give him everything.
Oh, they'll make another
Yeah.
offer. That don't mean it's going to be much higher than what they made.
Honestly, I might be coming.
Yeah.
I originally said I think he's gonna walk. I don't know. He's trying his fucking. He walked off last night. Did you guys watch? We were
Yeah.
down
Heard about it.
6-3, and then we had 3 runs in the 8th, I think, and then he walked off in the 9th. It was unbelievable.
He's
Another
having a
crazy-
magical season. Like,
yeah,
it's
I have
absurd.
not watched a Yankees team play like this excited
Yeah.
and this happy in a long time. 2009, 10 maybe, and like Aaron Judge is the leader of that. He's gonna win MVP if things keep going the way they are.
He's got to stay healthy.
I mean, knock on wood. Yeah, I hope so. Let's put it this way.
Yeah.
This team, the Yankees team and Aaron Judge, it would be one of the biggest, like, wow, that's crazy if he just walks away after this year. Like, one of those, like, I don't know, Kawhi Leonard was different. Like, he won a championship and walked away right after, but we knew he was going to walk away
The
all
Raptors
season.
knew that was a 1 year
Exactly.
deal.
Everyone, Aaron Judge, man, like, if he wins it for us all this year and then just walks, I'd be jaw dropped now that I think about it. And I
It's
know I
hard to
was saying,
imagine.
like, yeah, he's probably going to leave. I might honestly be coming around to the other side of that. Like, I'm really hoping he stays. Like, he wouldn't be trying his ass off this much if he was just gonna be out the door.
He's
Unless he
also-
was.
He's
unless he
due
was-
for a
wants to get
contract.
paid.
He's a free
He wants
agent.
to get
Yeah.
paid.
He's gonna get paid wherever he goes. It doesn't. He could get
Yeah.
injured tomorrow and not play another game this season. He's gonna get that money somewhere else, no matter what. He's the prototypical, like, you build people on like a Major League Baseball game, like MLB The Show. You build
Yeah.
Aaron Judge.
So when we had this conversation the other day, and I threw it on the In the Pit account, a lot of people were asking about him repeatedly saying, like, publicly, I want to be a Yankee for life and all that. Do you think that's just like fodder, like satisfying the media and fans, or do you
Mookie
think that
Betts
do you
said the
put
same
stock?
thing about
well,
fucking
yeah.
Boston.
Yeah.
The Sox
Kyrie
offered
said
him
the
a,
same thing about
lucrative contract extension too. He just wanted more.
Yeah.
I think another big thing about the Yankees too is if Aaron Judge walks,
You will
we-
piss off the Yankees fans so much.
yeah, but we can go get someone else. Or I mean, it's tough because we developed Judge and he was a true homegrown guy, and there's not many of those for the Yankees, and I understand that. That's a big gripe with the Yankees. Like, we just go out and grab.
Oh, it's
guys.
the Yankees. You'll always reload.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
but like,
it's-
we can go out, and we're saying this because it's not shitty, but we can go out and get someone else and make ourselves
Yeah.
competitive. But it feels so much better knowing Aaron Judge, our guy, is the best player on a team that we developed. I want him to take us to a World Series so badly.
Yeah.
So bad. He deserves to go.
If they ever won the World Series, we would sell so many of their fucking mugs.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
my
says
word.
Aaron
Yeah.
Judge mugs, baby.
We would sell so
Oh, I bet.
many of their fucking mugs. It's
Oh, I bet.
stupid.
I'm
And
listen,
it's
man.
weird because it still feels like such like the developmental stage for like him building up the Yankees, and he's 30. Like,
yeah, I mean,
it's wild to think.
He was what, 26 when he came
When he-
onto the scene. It was really good.
2017
He was a late bloomer.
rookie year. Yeah.
Yeah, so like he was not. We knew we weren't gonna get a long time with Judge, like a 15-year career out
Yeah.
of Judge, like Derek Jeter, like what did Derek Jeter play? Like 20 years almost.
I think
You're not-
20
you're not
exactly,
getting
right?
We're not. That's what I'm saying. We're not gonna get that out of him. But we knew what we did get out of him was gonna be unbelievable. I mean, once his first year hitting 58 home runs, was it? Like
Yeah.
I don't know, 56, whatever the number is.
Yeah.
He
The
won
guy's-
Rookie of the Year landslide. So
The guy's gonna be a Yankee legend even if he leaves, and I'll love him forever. But I really hope he stays. I really, really do.
I don't know if there's a perfect free agent destination too. That's the one thing. But like, who knows what's going through his mind?
right across
know.
town.
Well, I've seen that Photoshop. Believe me.
Right across town. New York Mets, baby.
Could you imagine
I'm
the
going.
backlash?
Steve Cohen don't care. He's got money.
Yeah.
He don't care.
No, the money's not.
You want
the
to talk?
issue.
You
We'll
want
get
to talk about not having to go far and still be in New York and
join a disgusting team?
Nah, he's not going to the Mets. I'm going to the Mets Yankees game July 26th or 27th, one of those ones. So if any of you
That's
guys are
gonna be
there,
a
come
lot of
find
fun
me.
the way things are going right now.
Yeah, dude, that'd be crazy. I wish one of the better Mets pitchers would be there.
Yeah,
I don't
probably
think they'll have
not.
DeGrom there
No.
or Scherzer, but we'll see.
Well, that's the thing that blows my mind about the Mets is they're doing this without those two guys.
Yeah, it's
And running away with
unbelievable.
the division still.
I think once they come
They'll
back,
find a way to choke it, though. They always do.
My next words out of my mouth, Nick. Where I think once they come back, it won't change much. I still don't think they're gonna win. Like they might get to the National League Championship, NLCS or whatever, but
Once things turn to fall, they always find a way to shit themselves. It
Yeah.
seems. But this team is
September.
Yeah, exactly.
alrighty. What do
That'll
you want
be
to talk about
interesting.
next? What we got next?
Yeah, we got. Do you guys see the Alexa thing?
No.
The
Alexa.
new-
What are
Yeah,
you talking about?
This is a little jarring, chilling.
Jarring.
So, Amazon's Alexa could soon speak in a dead relative's voice if you want,
What?
Making-
Oh, I've heard about this now.
That's
You're
making
saying
many,
this. Yeah, this
making
freaks me
many
the fuck
naturally
out.
feel uneasy. How fucked up is that?
That's one of those things. Like, there's certain things you just don't fuck with, and dead people are one of them. You just leave
But
the
you
dead
know,
dead.
but you know, there's that population of like sentimental old people who will like sign up for this
well,
completely.
okay.
Like,
So there's been a market for this ever since Hallmark started doing those cards where like you could have your dad's voice on the card, and then like someone's dad would die, and they would always hold on to that card forever and be like, oh, like my dad gave this to me on my birthday, and like I'll always remember it's because
You hear his voice.
yeah, or like voicemails when someone leaves you a voicemail like a day or two
yeah.
before they die, someone like saves that voicemail forever. So that's what they're tapping into sentimentally.
Right.
That being said, it's Amazon. They're gonna.
Sentimental. Bing,
That's what I was
bing,
about to
bing,
say.
bing,
It's
bing,
Amazon.
bing,
Jeff
It's gonna be a
Bezos, yeah.
$25 feature that
bing,
they're
bing,
gonna add to any Amazon Alexa you can buy to add like your dead grandma's voice. They're just gonna make it all cheesy and ugh. If it was for free and you could do it for your loved ones, then I'd be like, oh, they're doing it like sentimentally. But like I guarantee you,
It's
there's
a
a price
business.
tag. Yeah, it's all
It's a
business. shit.
business.
It's all part of business. And I don't want my fucking dead grandma talking to me saying, hey, Alexa, what's the score of the Yankees game? And then she's like, oh, 11-2. I'm like, oh, God, grandma, we're getting killed and you're killed. Like, oh, it's not good either way.
oh my god.
Damn,
Yeah,
getting
not
graphic.
definitely not for reading a score or something.
No,
like,
it's not for me. You know what's funny too about that whole like Alexa thing? Just going back is, I remember when Alexa first came out, people were so fucking freaked out about it. Like, people just say like talking and like a machine will talk out loud to you back and stuff. And now it's just so. You walk into someone's house, like there's a 1 in 3 shot they have an Alexa.
Yeah.
Like especially like a parent's house. Like a younger kid might not have an Alexa, but like most parents I know have an Alexa somewhere in their house.
Oh, they're all
It's
over.
just like
I was-
everywhere now.
I was
all
at a
over.
friend's house the other night, and we were Juliet's best friend's boyfriend. He just put this like kick-ass fireplace in and shit, fire pit and everything. He had an Alexa out there, and he's like, Alexa, name the like, you know how we did like the best name that song from the 80s, 90s,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever
yeah.
games. So we did that at the house, and it's just like, Alexa, play this, and it's just like, okay, here we go, and then it starts playing like John Bon Jovi, and it's like,
It's crazy.
what
Yeah.
the hell?
It's crazy.
Yeah, AI
What's going
freaks me
on
out.
here?
AI is getting insane. Me and Sully talked about this the other day. Just like
AI's gonna take over the world.
AI is
It's
so
hard to
It's
trust.
gonna-
Yeah,
it's gonna
take
the
over the
bots
world.
are gonna take over.
there's
Gonna take over the world.
I had a philosophy teacher. I was telling Sully this, and it was a very well-known thing. Like he would always bring up the fact in college. He would always bring up the fact that like there's a higher chance that we're all AI intelligence or in part of a simulation, just running a simulation out right now, than actually being alive or human. Just because the way AI and intelligence is advanced, it's just more of a chance that we're like all in a simulation right now than being real, which is shitty to think about because I really don't. I hope I'm not a simulation. That would really suck. I would really
We used to
Yeah.
have somebody who used to work here. He will remain nameless. He
will
was a very, very, very interesting cat.
Oh boy.
Borderline insane. He came up to us one time. And he was in here doing stuff. He used to do all of our wiping.
Yep.
And he'd come in here and he would. He was a part-time guy. He only worked a couple months. And he came up to me one time and he goes, "We are a simulation to the aliens, and we are a video game to the aliens. Every move you make is part of a video game that you are being forced to do this by aliens via a video game." He said, "We are a simulation of a video game to the aliens." I looked at him and I said, "Get the fuck out of my
Yeah,
fucking
that
building."
is
Were they
not
playing
what
on
you
Xbox?
tell
Were
me.
they playing on
Fuck.
PS5?
I'm like, "You're sick.
I've
Go,
heard-
go get help."
I've heard Alien Simulation. I haven't heard that they got us on the sticks.
Yeah, I was about to say. I better
That's
be
one
at
I
like a
haven't heard.
92 overall at least. Like
My
I'll be-
attributes better be
Yeah.
turn my sliders up.
Yeah,
please.
exactly. My 3-point shot better be ridiculous. If they're and I better go high overall if I'm getting drafted. That's for sure.
Seriously.
That Amazon shit's weird though. All AI intelligence is weird. You guys ever see iRobot?
Yeah.
That was the one that
No.
kicked it off for me. Oh, you brought it up. You always say iRobot when you're talking about I Am Legend. It makes me laugh. But
Close enough.
no, it literally is like literally probably 2 years a year apart and crazy end of the world Will Smith movies. But iRobot was the one that freaks me out for the very first time. Like once I saw that movie, I'm like, wait, so this is like things we're moving towards, and then it's just only become more and more like that ever since. But if you haven't seen iRobot, go see iRobot.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. Alrighty,
Freaky stuff.
next topic.
Yeah, so I figured with you and Rory's Patreon this morning, in the spirit of that, I was going through some research for the topics and saw that Complex ranked the best movies of 2022 so far. So I haven't seen a new movie other than this year, other than what was a huge Marvel one that just came out? Everyone saw it.
Blah, 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 Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness.
No, before that.
Oh,
I'm so not a Marvel guy, so it's slipping my mind.
No worries. The one before the Spider-Man movie? Is that this year still? Yeah, right? It's Shang-Chi? I'm trying to remember. Am I missing one?
No, it's before that too.
Before Shang-Chi? That was like
Yeah.
last year, I thought.
Oh, I thought that was this year.
Maybe.
Anyway,
it might
Complex
be.
ranked.
It might be.
Anyway, Complex ranked the 10 best movies.
Oh,
of
was it
2022.
Eternals? Did you see Eternals? Was that it?
No.
Fuck. I've seen every Marvel movie, and I'm a big Marvel guy, so now this is gonna bug me too. But you go ahead, run them down. Oh, is it Morbius? Someone in the comments said Morbius, even though that's not a Marvel
No.
movie. But like, sadly, I had a
No.
lot of people in my age group go see Morbius to make fun of it.
It'll come to me. I saw it in like March.
Everyone in the comments are trying to answer, like trying to figure out the movie right now. It's not fun.
Okay, yeah. So number 10, Jurassic World Dominion.
I haven't seen Jurassic World. Were you a Jurassic Park guy?
I love Jurassic Park when I was younger.
Did you see the new one?
Just looks stupid.
Yeah,
Looks stupid.
I saw the first one with Chris Pratt. Like this is the new Jurassic, but this is the end of it, right? This is a trilogy, and this is the last one. Jurassic World
I don't
Dominion.
do trilogies that well. Trilogies. to me
Oh, I
just like-
live for trilogies. My name is Josh Trilogy Eilerman. Like I am addicted to trilogies.
Good
I
to
love
know.
world building and I love universes. And I was a big Jurassic Park guy, but I saw the first one with Chris Pratt and his shit sucked, and I did not want to keep seeing it. Go ahead, Simon. What's the
Yeah,
next one?
Next one is Jackass Forever. At
I
number
did
9.
see Jackass Forever, and I was a giant Jackass fan back in the day. So and I loved that movie, and I love the fact that they bring on guests and stuff, so it doesn't get like old. It's just the same people. Like they
Ooh,
had some of the Loiter Squad on and people like that. Are you a Jackass guy?
I never got into it. I mean, I wouldn't. If I watched it, it'd be like whatever. But like, it's not.
It's
like
funny because my age group is just a little too young, and your age group is a little too old for Jackass. It's like the in between of us two right now. But like, yeah, I get it. Jackass came out when you were already probably past that age of watching it. Go for it.
Our big one was American Pie. That was our big one.
American Pie
That
was
was our big
Classic.
early for
Classic.
me.
Number 8 is Kimmy. Oh, with Zoe Kravitz. That's what I was thinking of.
Which
the new,
one?
The new Batman.
Oh, the new
Kimmy.
Batman?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's DC, but no worries.
DC. Yeah.
That was number 7?
Number 8 is Kimmy.
Oh, Kimmy. Okay, I did not see Kimmy, but I know it.
Number 7 is a movie I need to see, Hustle.
Hustle,
Anthony
yeah, I
Edwards
watched
and
Hustle. I
Wancho.
didn't think it was anything special.
Really?
I thought
The
it was
Adam
okay.
Sandler one.
Yeah. Do you watch it?
I haven't seen it yet. I've wanted to, but I could also see it being a huge disappointment.
Okay, so here's
I am gonna see it.
I'm actually
I
glad
am
you
gonna
brought
see
that up because people talked about this the other day and they wanted us to bring it up. 2 things about Hustle. Anthony Edwards has a future in acting. Anthony Edwards is fucking hilarious, and he's the most confident guy I've ever seen. And they recorded this movie after his rookie season, not after this season. So that means if you haven't seen it, Anthony Edwards plays like the bad guy in this movie or the protagonist or whatever, and he's like this cocky son of a bitch, just like real life, basically. Anthony
Yeah.
Edwards on the Timberwolves, and this kid, like, he did this movie after his rookie season. He was just a rookie, and he was had
Amazing
all
acting.
this fucking like bravado already. This guy is going to be such a good NBA like personality. I don't even care if he's a good athlete. Personality wise, he's going to be unbelievable.
That makes me want to see it. for
Second,
sure.
how the hell am I supposed to buy into Juancho Hernan-Gomez being the like this up and coming star, bro?
That's a
No.
wild pairing.
I was about to say I was a Celtics fan. I saw Juancho Hernan-Gomez play, bro. He's horrible. Like no, you needed to get someone better than Juancho.
That's
I-
interesting casting. wonder
I
what it
understand
went
the
into
gripe
that.
is like, hey, we got a guy who actually even at least he was in the NBA. You know how hard it is to be in the NBA. Blah blah blah. And like at least we didn't just go get a random no-name actor who like pretends to be a basketball player.
Yeah.
Stephen A.
Yeah, but fuck it, no. Like if you're gonna commit to being like this really hardcore, realistic basketball movie on like how the whole process works, you got to go get a guy who I actually feel is real, not Juancho Hernan-Gomez.
Right.
Like, especially a guy who just like. I think 2 years ago got like released or cut. Or, like,
Yeah,
year
he's
ago.
been a journeyman.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
it
a
makes no
journeyman. Like, no one
sense.
knows. Everyone
Yeah.
knows who he is and knows he's not a good
Yeah.
basketball player. I just thought that
His
was
brother's
funny.
better too. He's not even the best.
Yeah,
in
his brother's
in his,
Willie Hernan-Gomez
Willie
is like in
Hernan-Gomez,
the
yeah.
league still somewhere.
All right, so number 6, The Northman.
Northman
good
was
things.
unbelievable. Roger
things.
Eggers, I
Yeah,
think his
Eggers.
name is. Eggers. He's an amazing director.
Yep.
Unbelievable movie. Willem Dafoe, unbelievable actor.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Nicole Kidman that'll play. Doctor Strange and the Multi-Universe of Madness.
Horrible movie. Not horrible. Did not like it.
Turning Red, number 4.
What?
Turning Red.
Is that
It's
a movie?
animated. It's animated. Yeah, I'd hope so.
I've
I
not
think
seen
so.
that movie.
I'd
Turning
hope
Red.
so if it's on the list.
Yep.
And then Batman. There we go.
At 3?
Movie I was trying to figure out. Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to Robert Pattinson,
Yeah, I
Edward
love
Cullen.
Robert Pattinson. I think he's top 10 actor out right now. I thought
I
that
think
movie.
he did very well in that role.
Oh yeah, I
for
just
his
thought the
roles.
movie was a little too long. A movie could have
Oh
been
yeah, it was.
30 minutes shorter. The first hour 20 of the movie was unbelievable. Very, 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 very good. And then it just started to just tail off a little bit.
Yeah.
Alrighty, go ahead.
All right, and then the top 2, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Heard great things about that movie.
I've saved that movie for a night where I can like really throw myself into it. People are saying that's like the best movie they've ever seen. Some people are addicted to that movie.
Yeah, I've heard bit. And then number 1, obviously Top Gun.
Top Gun, yeah, that
Which
makes sense. Which I also have not
Tom
seen.
Cruise's highest grossing movie. Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, that's complex.
Nick, we were talking about movies earlier a bunch. Well, give me some of your favorites. I want to hear.
I'm a huge Fast and Furious guy.
Which one's your favorite?
I really like when Jason Statham comes into the game.
Okay.
7th one.
Yep.
I like the 5 when The Rock comes in.
Fast
Fast 5.
7 is where
Fast
Paul Walker's dead,
Fi-
right?
He died, I think, in the middle of the movie.
It's 7. Is that the one?
Yeah.
Okay, 6 is the last one I saw. I saw the one before he died.
So you will start Ian Shaw.
The Statham.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in the last one I saw. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And because 5 was when the Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
When
comes
The
in.
Rock comes in,
Yep.
he goes to Brazil, they rob the
That
bank.
was, they do the,
I love that one.
the big armored car.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah,
yep,
I
yep,
love
yep.
that one.
That was a really good one.
I love that one.
I'm unpopular opinion. My favorite is Tokyo Drift. I
A
fucking
lot of people love the Tokyo Drift
Tokyo
one.
Drift. Love it.
It's a good one. It's good.
I watched that movie probably over 15 times, and it's the only Fast and Furious I've seen more than twice. I've never seen any Fast and Furious more than 2 times.
I will say the last Fast and Furious was definitely disappointing.
The last
The
one,
9 one was terrible.
Really?
With John Cena, was terrible. It
top.
was terrible.
Did you see the spinoff? The Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, someone
Yeah,
said you like.
it was okay. It was okay. It wasn't fantastic. It was okay.
Were you a Predator fan by any chance back in the day?
Yeah.
You like Alien vs. Predator?
Yeah.
They're reviving Predator, and I am so excited. I am a huge Predator guy, going all the way back to when Schwarzenegger played him. Love Predator. And then the new Predators I liked, the one with like Adrian Brody, the more recent ones, even though it didn't get that great of reviews. I just think Predator is one of those underrated movies that, like, every time they throw one out there, I like the concept of what they're doing, just like an alien hunting people. It's cool. It's cool to me. I'm a big sci-fi nerd, though, so basically any sci-fi movie you throw at me, I'll like. Anything else other than Fast and Furious?
I love the Transformer movies.
Love
Optimus Prime.
the Transform. After
course.
Shia LaBeouf leaves, though, I'm out.
So Megan Fox was in the first two, great.
Amazing.
The next one
Blonde
was
girl.
she was great,
Yep.
and then I think after that I went to hell.
Yeah, yep. The second they bring in Mark Wahlberg and they lose Shia LaBeouf because he goes crazy.
Yeah.
But, like, the Shia LaBeouf, even, like, they were, like, the first one's good rating-wise, the second one's okay, and then everyone after that rating-wise is, like, really bad. It's
Yeah.
been shit on. I thought the first three were great,
Yeah.
man. I love Transformers. Those are those movies you could throw on and
love
just
that.
have a good time. The soundtrack.
One
Linkin Park-
man, alone, betrayed by the country he loves. You're not alone, all right? You're not alone. I'm right here. You're not alone. I love that line. Look, we're going to go out, like a man. You understand? Go underneath his legs.
They also have such a good cast too. You're right. Like all the guys in that, the agent that hunts them, the guys he works with in the first one, the blonde girl and Anthony Anderson.
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my god, I loved the cast of the first one.
She did it. She did it.
Yeah, literally.
Who has it? Who has it? Look, I'm down a few songs illegally. Who has it? Who has it?
When they come to his house. Yep. Yep.
And then they're like, hey, they give you these donuts because if you don't eat them, you're guilty.
He eats
But if you eat all, I ate the whole plate.
I ate
the whole plate.
I ate the whole
And then they open up the door. She did it.
He's amazing. He honestly is the best comedy part of that movie for sure. And then the soldiers, the actors who play the soldiers are really good too. Because like there's a whole storyline of the soldiers in that
Tyrese
movie.
Gibson.
Yes, I was trying to remember who it was. Fast and
Gibson.
Furious, Tyrese Gibson. Yeah.
And then there's when they bring the blonde girl and him and Megan Fox and what the fuck's his name? The main character guy there. The one that the car turned into Bumblebee, the guy who's driving that.
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, that's it. Yep. And I remember they're like, "What they got you for?" He's like, "Yeah, I bought a used car, turned into an alien robot," and he's
Yeah.
sitting there, he just goes,
Someone asked me, have I seen Prometheus? Have you seen Prometheus, either of you?
I've not.
So
have not, no.
Prometheus is the beginning of the Alien storyline, and it's basically how Alien comes to be, like the species, and like it's basically a prequel. It's really interesting, but disgusting. There are some scenes in that are gross, alien-wise,
Oh.
like tearing people apart, like eating people, like
Hell yeah.
just alien-wise. And long story short, I'll just a little quick backstory on it. I went to go see this movie. It came out when I was in the 7th grade. And this was back when I couldn't drive. I was a 7th grader. And I was on a date with a girl from my middle school.
All right.
And I was like, what do you want to go see? And there was like no movies out. And we're like, I guess we'll go see Prometheus. And yeah, and my mom had to buy our tickets because it was rated R, and I was underage, of course. And so my mom buys us our tickets. And I was like, all right, I'll see you later, Mom. And we go in and we watch it. And of course, I'm talking to her, and like the movie starts, and the movie's playing out, and I'm looking at her, and I'm watching the movie. And I'm like, oh, this was the worst movie
Bad
in the world.
idea.
Safe to say, we did not go on another date after that. And my mom
Damn,
asked me
7th
right after
grade.
that. She's like, so how'd the movie go? I was like, Mom, I want you to know I loved that movie, but I don't think she watched a second of it. The girl was literally like covering her eyes. She hated the movie.
That's
But-
a tough experience.
Yeah, tough experience.
What'd
but
your
I'll
mom
always
say
remember Prometheus for that.
What'd your
experience.
mom say about it initially? Was she like, yeah, I'll buy the ticket? Like,
Oh,
didn't
my
think
mom
much
was
of it?
all about me going to rated R movies when I was
Yeah.
like that age. Because my mom was the first one to like. She made me watch Silence of the Lambs when I was like 7, 8 years old. Bro,
That's
that
a
thing,
wild. That's a
Yeah.
wild movie to watch.
Yeah,
at single digit.
my
age.
family's big on like scary movies when you're a young child. My dad.
I watched The Ring when I was 12. That shit's
Not
fucked.
horror movies. I don't do horror movies. I
That
watch scary
shit's
movies.
fucked.
Yeah.
Fucking throwing up the rope. Oh, throwing the daughter down the well. The fucking horse's eye. Oh.
Oh, fuck that, dude. I don't do horror movies. Horror movies are like just not for me. I do scary movies and thrillers. I remember King Kong. Like that's not a scary movie by any
Yeah.
means, and it scarred me as a kid. If you watch the new King Kong with Jack Black, when that came out, like.
Yeah.
Do you remember the scene where the
Yeah.
dude's offering the Aborigine like a chocolate bar, and out of nowhere he just bites the guy's hand and they start like
Yep.
attacking him? That scene scarred me for life. I remember like running out of the room when I was a kid when I was watching that. That scene right there.
I'll tell you a scene that got me when I was a kid. You guys remember the movie Lassie?
No.
No. Hear me out.
Yes.
Hear me out. The part when the wolf sees the kid in the cave.
Yep.
And then the dog comes
Yep.
and they fight and the dog gets hurt. The wolf, I don't know if the wolf died or if the wolf took off or whatever. That scarred me for life.
They made that wolf 10 times scarier than wolves are actually look like, too.
I'm just, again, watching this when you were like 7, I was
Yep.
like, ah!
Yep. Blassie's also just like, is made to invoke like your emotions. They want you to like cry, be happy. Like they want tears
okay.
shed during that movie.
Okay, saddest part of a movie? Not even a debate. Marley and Me.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. We talked about
Yeah,
this.
we
on the
talked
Not
about
even
this.
a debate.
Yep.
We talked about this. I was
okay?
worried it would come
Can't
back around
ever
to
watch
this.
that again in my life.
Although
Those are the types of movies that scar
I'm
me.
telling you, man. If anyone who's seen 8 Below knows 8 Below, they kill like 3 huskies in that movie, bro. Like 8 Below, like what are you doing, bro?
All right, Depression Fridays here. What the fuck?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, for real. Oh,
That'd be a good next video for us. So the most fucked up movie you watched at age like X age, like 10, 8 to 10.
yeah. There's a
Could
good,
be
good
some
question.
interesting answers.
I know I saw the commercials for snakes on a plane. So my the biggest fear in my life is snakes. The only fear I have in life that's like presents itself like
You
outwardly.
have nowhere to go.
Yeah, dude, that was the biggest. Every time Snakes on a Plane's like trailer would come on, I would turn the TV off. I would go to the other room. If the movie was on and someone was watching, I'd leave the house. Like it was bad, bro.
Leave
that
the house,
movie,
not even the room.
just the idea of that movie freaked me out. Oh,
Oh, that's a scary scenario right there. Fuck that.
could you imagine being on a plane and there was a snake on a plane? I would open the door and jump out. I would open the door and jump out.
Let's just say if that ever happened in real life, you have no prayer. of
Literally
letting
none.
that. You have no prayer. You're not surviving that. They will slither through the toilet. They will go through the pipes.
Okay, I
they
was
will
gonna
do
say all
something.
those
It's
snakes,
not
yes,
happening.
not just like one snake.
No, I'm talking about the actual movie.
Yeah, there's a bunch of
Hey,
them.
hey, shit ain't happening.
Oh no, you're fucked.
Alrighty, we're at 1:59. Should we wrap this Larry up?
I think we should.
Might as well, yeah.
All right.
You got it.
That's we got any last maybe little quick comments in there or
Yeah, Simon, see anything you want to talk about from the comments?
The
or we
comments
good?
are flowing.
Oh, someone just said Sathora was God tier. Who is that? I'm gonna shout you out.
Mikey.
Mikey_55. Zathura is one of the best kids movies I've ever seen, and people don't even know what it is. It's Jumanji for grown-ups. It's absolutely one of the greatest movies I've ever seen as a kid. It had Josh Hutcherson in it. It had Sean William Scott, maybe his name was. I don't really remember. Wow, that movie was. I haven't thought about that movie. I had the video game too. One of the best movies ever. It's just like these kids find us like a game board in their attic or whatever, and they play the game, and it's a sci-fi version basically
Yeah.
though. It is so good. If you guys want to watch a good movie one day, Zathura.
Insidious too from Amanda. Good call. That's a
Alrighty.
wild one.
I don't watch Insidious. That shit's too scary. Alright, you want to take us out of here, Nick?
let's do this shit. All right, that's all we got for this week. We'll get Johnny back in here next week. He'll be back. I think he's coming back on Monday from his vacation. So Dante will be back. Josh is always here. Simon's here. Josh always steps up. We need him. He's like the 6th Man of the Year award here. So make sure you like and subscribe. Turn those notifications on. And we'll be back on the Patreon at 1 o'clock on Monday Eastern time.
Hope to see you all there.
Smell ya.
Peace.